Hello, everyone. Welcome to Organ India's Facebook Live in association with JK Masale. JK Masale and Organ India have come together for a month-long campaign called Angdaan Naya Jeevan, which is the first ever campaign in Eastern India to raise awareness on organ donation and transplant. And today, as a part of that campaign from Kolkata, we are very honored to have with us Dr. Aranyak Sarkar, who is a consultant orthopedic surgeon from Kolkata, and whose father, Dr. Ameya Sarkar, passed away in an accident in April of 2021, right in the middle of the second pandemic. Today, we will hear the story of the determination of Dr. Aranyak's family to save the lives of people by donating his father's organs. Dr. Sarkar, welcome to the live, and thank you so much for being here to speak to us about your father and his incredible legacy.
Good evening. Thank you for introducing me. Thank you.
Dr. Sarkar, like we were discussing earlier, it's not been very long since your father passed away, maybe 5 months, not even. He was a very dynamic doctor, gynecologist, very well known. He had 4 decades of experience behind him, and he was constantly traveling to see patients. In fact, on August 1st, just 2 days ago, would have been his birthday, and he would have retired on the 31st of July. So, I mean, how's your mother doing? How are the rest of the family doing?
Actually, we are passing through probably the toughest phases of our lives. It is very difficult for us to overcome the loss. And as you can understand, we are very much attached with him. And the thoughts of him keep coming to our mind. So it's a tremendous loss for us. Very difficult for us.
And he was hale and hearty. He didn't have any issues. It was an accident that happened. So, I mean, how did it come about? It must have been a huge shock for the family suddenly, losing him at such a young age. So, what happened exactly?
Actually, he was returning from hospital, and when this road traffic accident occurred, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. From his workplace was Tomluk, and from there he was shifted to Apollo Hospitals, Kolkata, and even one surgery was done, but unfortunately, in spite of the best care, uh, it couldn't they couldn't revive him. So ultimately, we landed up in this situation, and from
So,
there everything
given that it
turned.
was it was in mid-April, which was when the cases were going up, it must have been difficult for you even for you to reach the hospital, to organize everything. Was that all? Did that all go smoothly, or was there, because of the lockdown or some restrictions, or was that an issue
Yes,
as well?
yes. Actually, at that time, the COVID epidemic was at its peak. The second wave was at its peak, and it was even very difficult for getting a bed in the hospital also. But his colleagues and my friends also helped me to get on bed and admit him there.
Yeah, because
So it
everything
was
must have been,
indeed
COVID patients probably.
yeah, there were many COVID patients, and it was actually difficult situation for
Right.
any of us.
So, the thought that you have to donate his organs, I believe that came from your mother, and not from the hospital, which is usually asked because probably they were busy with the COVID situation. But your mother was very insistent on that this must be done. So, how did that happen? I mean, was there a discussion earlier in the family? Did had your father said that he wanted to do this? How did
Yes,
that happen?
yes, he must have discussed with my mother about donating organs or something. Actually, my mother keeps on saying that if something happens to me, please donate my organs. So that thought was probably in her actually, and unfortunately, we landed up here, and that was the best thing, that best tribute we can pay to him.
Right. So when you actually suggested that to the hospital, what was the initial reaction?
Uh, Initially, since it was the COVID situation was the top priority, it was very difficult for them to arrange this all. It was in fact very difficult for them to arrange for this whole organ donation. As a doctor, I can understand that. So, but after some time, when they realized that we are also very eager, and so that they also came forward, and we contacted other the regional bodies, and through my colleagues, and through our friends, his friends also helped, and some other doctors, and they also helped us. So then they got ahead with the whole thing actually.
Okay, that's really nice that they came forward even though there was this threat of COVID happening over there. So once everyone, including the hospital or the government agency, decided that this donation would go ahead, how were you all feeling? At that point you were in the midst of a tragedy. So when they said yes, we can do this, what were your thoughts at that time?
Yes, when it was all arranged, then the thought that we have to bid him goodbye was very it was stressful. It was a very stressful situation. So ultimately, when we had to bid him goodbye, then that the thought that he will be no more with us, it was quite stressful to us. And but the thought that he will be alive in some other person gave us comfort. That was the most important part.
Yes, definitely. And did he, in his lifetime, to you, ever suggest that he wanted to donate his organs? I mean, he's the doctor too, so are all of you. So was that something he ever told you about?
He actually didn't tell me. Maybe that was told to my mother. Actually, he must have said that.
Okay. So in all, I think four lives were saved in different parts of the country. Is that correct?
Yes, probably his organs were taken to different parts of the country, to Kolkata and different parts of the country, and they were successfully transplanted to those persons.
So you must be so proud that your father, in his lifetime, helped give birth to thousands of babies, and now even after his death, he gave life to four people.
Yes, that is a very proud moment for us. So even before we could uh, cremate his body, we got to know that his heart had been transplanted, and the person was doing well. So that gave us a peace of mind that he's still alive among us.
Right? I know you're not allowed to even know who the person is. Uh, who the organs have gone to. Do you keep in touch about how they are doing and whether they're doing well, or is that something uh, you know you don't think about much?
No, right now we don't have any contact with them. It is
No, you
only
don't have
just been.
contact, but you do know who they were and how they are doing.
Yes, from
If they're
media
doing well.
reports, I have come to know some of them, but it's only been 3.5 months, and
Right.
that's a long way to go. Actually, as a
Yeah.
doctor, I can understand that that's a long way to go for the organs, and let's let some time pass, and then we can meet them.
Right.
Actually,
Do you feel that there is awareness on organ donation in Kolkata and West Bengal? Um, we are doing a campaign right now called Angdaan Naya Jeevan with JK Masale. Do you feel it's going to have an impact? Are people around you aware of organ donation?
yes, definitely, it is going to raise an awareness. This awareness needs to be raised among even in the medical fraternity. Actually,
Right.
the medical fraternity and the persons involved with this. This is not only a medical issue; it is also a social issue. So this awareness must be there, and also for the technical aspects also, the hospital should be well equipped, and all those things. So this requires a general awareness among all of us.
Right. So when you decided to do the donation and you informed your friends, relatives and friends and all, what was their reaction like? Were there any challenges there that you had to overcome?
Not actually, not actually. So mm, actually, we discussed with this author, with my uncle and all of them, and they were happy that something good was happening. So that was the thing,
That's really nice.
and we were so
Um,
proud.
yeah, I'm sure you are. Uh, we all raise awareness on organ donation. A lot of NGOs working in the space, but coming from you, as a family member of somebody who has or actually donated, um, do you have a message for the people who are watching today?
Uh, First of all, I would hope that such situation doesn't arise in your family. But if anyhow you will come to this situation, it is always better to donate the organs because it may save lives of a number of persons. So uh, even if in your loss, you may find peace that someone else is living, and that's a great feeling, and that I can say.
Dr. Sarkar, thank you so much for telling us your very inspiring story. I know it's been only a few months and it must have been difficult for you to come and talk to us about it. And I'm very confident that everybody watching has been inspired by your father's gift of life to so many people. For all those watching, in case you want more information or you want to pledge your organs, please log on to www.organindia.org or www.jkspices.com or call our toll free helpline at 1 800 120 3648. Thank you so much, Dr. Sata, once again for coming here. Um, and
Thank you.
wish you a very, very good week ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.